Hey everybody, it's Linus at Stigler Printing. We were recently asked by Chris Parker and Stigler Public Schools to take a look at their new softball clubhouse. And I thought it might be a good opportunity for maybe us to kind of walk you through the process, how we approach a project like that. What I mean specifically is what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking, and you can maybe see this behind me, this is the new clubhouse. We're going to be taking the ladies' locker room and we're going to be transforming it into something that's kind of boring into something that's fun. So what we're doing now is we're on site, we're gonna go inside, we're gonna do some measurements. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna have a consultation with Chris. We're gonna understand a little bit about what he's looking for. Then we're gonna do some research. Then we're gonna do some renderings. We're gonna share those with him and hopefully we'll get those approved quickly and we can start the printing process. But to kick this off, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go in and get all the measurements. Okay, we're back. I'm here with Chris. Chris has led us inside the locker room. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of walk you guys through kind of what this locker room looks like to start with. We'll go ahead and come on in here, guys. And hopefully you'll have a little bit of idea kind of what we have to work with here. So I'm closing the door. This is the entrance. This behind me is another wall. And behind me will be what we've decided is going to be called the honor wall. And if I take a left here, we have a closet with some exposed plywood that needs to be covered. Now I'm walking into the locker room. Up above here, I think this might be a good place to put some signage, maybe something inspirational, along with some signage up here. Again, maybe something inspirational too. And then now, maybe you can get a little better idea of kind of what we're working with here. We have the ladies' bathrooms back here. Matt's gonna be installing, he thinks some silver vinyl would look good there. We have the sink. So we'll come back after everything is done and after we've received approval, and maybe the next time we show you this video, things will look a little bit different. Okay, so we're back at Stigler Printing. We have met with Chris and taken a look inside the locker room. And we've done our measurements and we've talked a little bit about what he envisions the design looking like. And so I thought it might be a good opportunity for you guys to kind of see what happens when we get back or when we start the design process. So I'm here with Nick Hensley. Nick's one of our lead designers. And so Nick, you were there with Chris and you know, he talked about some of the ideas that he had. He wants to incorporate a lot of players that played, and he's gathering some photos. So kind of tell us a little bit about what's going to be going on for you in this particular stage.
So after we've got the measurements and we've kind of got an idea of what we want to put on the walls, then I will do a little bit of research and kind of look and see what, you know, is trendy right now in that sort of environment. So we came back to the computer and we started looking around and seeing what we could do.
And these are actual designs that you've come up with here.
Yes.
That's cool. I like the panther claws.
So this is where it starts right here in InDesign, and we will lay out the, you know, everything on the measurements and make sure that it's going to fit. And then once we've got a design that we're happy with, then we'll switch over here to Photoshop.
Let me turn my camera around here. Okay, there we go.
So then we take the designs into Photoshop and we want to give the client a good idea of what it's going to look like when it's on the walls. So it's not a 100% accurate representation, but it's something really close.
And this is one of the photographs that you took earlier?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
And then once we've got the images mocked up in Photoshop, then we will send those off as proofs and we will kind of change it if we need to, really just fine tune everything. And then once it's approved, we take the same InDesign files that we started with, we double check our measurements, and then we export them to be ready to be applied.
And you also print out proofs so that when we're on site, we're looking at
exactly kind of a guide to go by.
Exactly. All right, cool. Thanks, Nick. Appreciate you. Hey, it's Linus. We're back in the digital printing area. We've received approval by the customer and we've sent files digitally to our digital printers, our wide format printers back here. So what we're doing is we're printing all of the sections for the softball clubhouse to spec, to size, and they're coming out in really large sheets here. So as you can see, we have little stands here that hold these large, what will ultimately be panels. And so once we finish this, the next step will be to laminate each one of these. So the next step for us is going to be lamination. This is our lamination machine over here. And so we've just finished printing. These panels have all had time to cure, meaning the ink has all had time to cure. And so we're running this through it's a heat transfer process. So these red rollers right here are heated, and they're helping us transfer this lamination material, which is kind of hard to see because it's clear. And it's coming out on the other side. Really, really, really looking good. Hey guys, I'm here with Matt. And what he's been doing over the last 10 or 15 minutes has been doing the cut vinyl for the stalls that are going to be going in the clubhouse. So this is a little bit different process. So earlier we were showing you some of the printing that was coming out of our wide format printers. This is actually called cut vinyl, and behind him his cut vinyl machine. So what we're doing is we're actually using a silver vinyl. It's a solid silver material, and then what he does is from his computer he takes that design, sends it over here to his cut vinyl machine, and then it comes out, and all he does is once he's completed having this virtually die cut, is he peels away all of the excess, and what's left over is what now is part of the S and SHS. Next thing he's going to do is he's going to use a transfer tape. Applies a transfer tape, and then it makes it really easy for us to install. We just completed laminating each of these sheets. As you can tell, they've got a really, really nice mirror shine to them. The nice thing about lamination is, if anything gets on these, someone spills a drink, whatever, someone rubs up against it, this lamination is going to be really helpful because you can easily wipe it off, or it's going to be able to be tough enough to handle anybody running into it or any kind of abrasions. So what we're doing now is we're going to be trimming each of these out, and then we're going to be applying them to our PVC plastic boards. So now we're applying the vinyl, laminated vinyl sheets to our plastic boards. We call this PVC board. And what Stephen over here is doing is he's peeling off the backing, and this is sticky right here. And they're using a squirt bottle that has a soapy residue, and they're applying it over here. So it's kind of wet. And then what they're going to do is in half sections, they're going to fold this back, and they're going to use a card or a squeegee to make sure that that all lays down nice and flat. Tammy over here is trimming out a piece that's already been applied to the plastic or the PVC board, and she's trimming it out with a razor blade. Looking good, guys. Okay, one of the final things that we're working on is the trim. So as we put these panels up, we want to make sure that we also have trim that matches. So we're actually taking some wood trim, and we're using some of our laminated vinyl. We're actually wrapping it around the trim. This will make sure that that project, when it's done, looks nice and complete. Okay, today's the big day. We've just gone through our checklist to make sure that we have all the panels accounted for, and that we have all of our tools and everything ready. Matt, are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's a big day. Anyway, we're excited. We've gone over and done a quick remeasurement of everything. We try to do that if it's a local job, just to make sure that everything looks good. But anyway, we've got everything in the truck, ready, loaded up. And can't wait. Okay, so we've been here, I don't know, a couple hours, and starting to put some of these panels up. This one's empty at the moment. This will soon become our Legends wall. And you may recall this angle because we had some exposed plywood, which we put some panels on with some cool panther scratches. And make our way into the locker, and you can see we've got some of the inspirational quotes that are going above the lockers. Those look really good. And Matt's over here working and casing this section over here. He's putting on some of the molding that we've wrapped. It's looking really good, Matt. You guys are doing great. All right, so we just finished up. We're starting to take all of our stuff back to our van, and I want to kind of turn around, give you guys a little bit of a walkthrough here. As you may recall, when we first stepped through here with Chris yesterday, not a whole lot going on in here as far as anything on the wall. So I'm going to step in here, and then I'll turn around, and you can kind of see what's going on. So we've got a really cool thing going on with the brick pattern. And as you look to the right, you see SHS, Panther softball, a giant panther head. Come on in here, Matt. And then on the left side, we have all kinds of different quotes. These are quotes that some of the players submitted to us, and Chris Parker submitted to us. Everything is nice and cased here with these nice wrapped pieces of molding. And behind me, there we go. Morning, Cody. Is our honor wall. I really, really love how this design came out. I love being able to celebrate all these amazing athletes. Really love the idea of inspiring all these young women to continue to
go Panthers.
That's right. To continue to you know, carry on that legacy. Okay, so as we're moving in, if you recall, over here, all of this was just plywood, just bare plywood. And we've got these really cool panther scratches going on. And now, as I walk in, let's see, we have these really cool top pieces above the lockers. Rosewood made these lockers. Gosh, they're gorgeous. We carry on that same theme. It's hard to beat a person who never gives up. Oh, this was kind of a late addition. We made a, this is a little changing room over here. And this is just simply a vinyl banner. There's another curtain behind it, and we just put grommets in there, and then we've hung that. And then to the right, and I think I showed you this earlier, Matt was putting on some of this trim. And he really did a nice job here. I really love how all that's really encased. Really, really durable. I'm gonna step back here. And then we have our silver cut vinyl letters, SHS, on all the bathroom stalls, stall doors. We may come back and do something above the mirror, but we printed out a bunch of little SHS stickers. So we've got them in the corners. Thought that could be kind of fun. So really, really happy tonight. They have an open house, and I'm kind of curious what people are going to say. Hopefully everybody's really happy. I'll do kind of a walk around and then kind of back out here so you can kind of see what it looks like when you're walking out of the locker room. All right. Kind of end this shot with one of the ladies here. We'd like to thank Coach Chris Parker and Stigler Public Schools for using Stigler Printing for this project. We've had a great time in the last few days. We're really happy how this turned out. And you know, we don't take projects like this for granted. Every single piece of business that comes through our door, we feel blessed and honored to have. Hopefully watching this video for some of you, it's been a nice kind of behind the scenes look at what we do. And if your business or your organization or even your school is interested in learning more about custom sign projects with Stigler Printing, we encourage you to visit us online at stiglerprinting.com or call or even come visit us in Stigler, Oklahoma. Thanks, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video.